Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shamoya. If this is your first time here, a couple weeks ago in one of my vlogs, I talked a little bit about how we can be more intentional, how I'm being more intentional with the way I support Black owned brands. And that includes Black owned businesses, Black creators, Black authors, all things Black. With everything going on and all the DEI pullback, there have been so many conversations online about how we can support Black owned businesses or when to boycott and when to pull back and all the things. And although I can't tell anyone how to spend their money, you have a right to do what you want to do. But I wanted to share maybe a couple, 5 tips or 5 ways in which I feel like I can be more intentional with the way I support Black owned brands. So I'm going to go back in time a little bit and just show you guys me getting ready. I just have to film a couple content, so I figured I'll just turn on the camera and chat with you guys while I get myself together to shoot some other content. So yeah, we're just going to chit chat, do my little basic face that I like to do. Do my hair, I curl my hair a little bit, and yeah, we're gonna chit chat. So if this is something that interests you, keep on watching, hit that subscribe button, and we're gonna dive into this video. All right, y'all, let's get into this video on 5 ways I feel like we can do a better job at supporting Black owned businesses. And when I talk about Black owned businesses, I'm talking about Black owned brands in the stores, Black authors, Black creators, everything Black. I touched on this a little bit in a recent vlog. So I'm just going to get ready. I have to shoot some content today, even though a part of me just want to be lazy and cuddle up on the couch and read. I have a couple like book reviews to do, and I'm also vlogging. So I just figured, let me talk to you guys while I get ready, doing my minimal get ready with me to get some content done. I am very lazy when it comes to my makeup. I said I was going to change that this year, but so far I have not felt motivated to like full on sit down and do my makeup. And that's okay, because I feel like self-care, part of self-care that I'm currently enjoying is just reading. So I'm just leaning into that, and I'm reading a lot. At first, I thought February was off to like a slow start with my books, but I've been taking less than 24 hours to finish shorter reads lately. So I've been leaning into that. So I'm going to get my content done so I can go read. But I figured I'll just kill two birds with one stone and get ready to chat with you guys while I get ready to shoot other content. So I'm just applying some Adwoa Beauty oil blend. This is the Baomint Shine oil blend. I realized that since I got my hair refreshed and washed like 2 weeks ago, I have not applied any oil to my scalp. And I think part of that was because it hasn't really been itching since she washed it. So I haven't been applying, but at the same time, my hair is dry. So I need to put a little something on there. So I'm just using the applicator drop to apply a little bit of this oil to my scalp, Black owned, of course. So, so yeah, I touched on this in a recent vlog where I was saying that I want to be a lot more intentional with how I shop and how I support all things Black. So this is not to say that I'm never buying other things that are not Black owned, but I feel like we can just be a little bit more intentional with how we shop, what we buy in store, what we buy online, just all the things. And I just wanted to put this in its own like video just to make it easier, because I know not everybody watch vlogs. So number one, of course, is to buy Black whenever you can, right? Whenever you shop and you are able to like buy something that you normally buy, but buy it Black owned. That's like the first way that you can make a difference with the way that you shop. And I touched on, for example, if I go to the store and I'm buying a seasoning blend, or let's say like a barbecue sauce, right? We're known to go for the either something we're used to buying, so the popular brand that we've probably seen our parents buy all these years, or something that you've just been buying all your life. You use it, it works, it gets the job done, but we don't realize that so many like black owned brands who probably wasn't around 10, 15 years ago are now in store, and we don't give them a shot and we don't give them a chance. So one of the ways I want to change that is by whenever I go to certain stores, the bigger corporations, the bigger retailers, I want to look around and pay attention to see what is there that is black owned that I can try. And sometimes they probably even taste better than the one we normally buy, or have better ingredients than what we normally buy. But because one, we don't give it a chance, one, we don't check, or just a personal habit. We're used to buying that thing, so we just buy it. And that's just what it is. So I want to be, which I feel like already do a decent job, but areas like food, I feel like I can do even more by checking to see and buying black. So that is one way that I feel like we can make a difference, because something I've learned, and you're always learned, something I've learned and I realized that not everybody know, I didn't know, I learned that in the last couple of years, is just how much work goes into brands getting shelf space in stores. So, for example, let's say a black barbecue sauce. We don't know the amount of work that goes into them attempting to work with a big brand like Walmart. Like how much goes into that, how much they pay to get into those spaces, how much shelf space they get. So they do all this to get that little 6 bottles, 10 bottles on the shelf at a time and stuff like that. We don't realize just how much goes into getting retail shelf space. So a lot of time, especially with all the DEI rollbacks, a lot of time people are just like, I'll just buy from the brand website, or telling the brand, I'm letting the flat iron kind of heat up a little bit while I do a little something to my face to make it look decent. But with the rollbacks, what I've learned is that yes, it's good if you're able to like support the brand individually and like buy from their website. But again, if we do that all the time, they're also losing out on the money that they put into being in store. So even though, yes, great, go buy from their website directly if you can, but also if you go in store and you see something by a black brand, it's also good to buy it, because let's say we never buy from that one black brand that is in the store. Well, now the big corporation is just going to say, well, you ain't performing. They already have this little space in the store. Well, now you're not performing. So what are they going to do? You're going to lose your shelf space. They're losing money. They probably go bankrupt because of how much it took from them to be in that store. Now we wonder 2 years from now, what happened to that brand that used to be in the store? Like I've seen that happen so many times. I've seen that happen so many times with like makeup brands, and some of them have been fortunate enough to like bounce back or rebrand and try again, because there's one brand, Mented, that I know, I don't know what happened to them financially, but that was a brand that I was like, oh my God, it's so sad that I don't see them anymore. And that is because people will hype something up when it first came out, but then they lose that support. And there's no reason like a brand like, was it Mented? I think they relaunched now, if I'm not mistaken. But there's no reason why that brand should not get the support because their lipsticks are so good. Like I remember when they came out at a time when it was so hard to find nude lipsticks that were actually nude for dark skinned people. Like nude was not nude when Menti came out, okay? And I remember when Jackie like tried them out and talked about them, and I immediately bought like 6 of them because I knew that I didn't have a nude lipstick that was really that good. And I was like so happy when a black owned brand, I'm gonna put on some Danessa Myricks on the face just to, you guys know the deal, just to smooth out my face. But yeah, so yeah, number one, important for us to buy and shop retail black owned brands whenever it's possible. Obviously, there are some things that are not available that we might need. Like it doesn't mean you're gonna find everything black owned based on where you live, based on what's available to you. But if you can, go ahead and buy black. Another example I can give you guys that I've done over the last few years is that whenever I search things, especially online, for example, Etsy, I started using Etsy a lot in maybe 3 years now, 4 years now. I started getting into like digital planners, digital reading, all that stuff, right? So my very first planner, I'm trying to remember if it was black owned. I don't remember, but I remember like 2020 when I was looking for a planner and I literally came across this black owned planner, and I was like, oh my God, I wish they made it digital, because they had like a physical planner. And I was like, oh my God, I wish they had a actual digital planning, because that's what I'm into. Because I think the year before that, I just had like a regular planner from Etsy, and someone comment and they were like, actually they do. And even though it was like more pricey than regular planners that I bought, I was like, I'm still going to support because it's black owned. So I end up buying that planner, fell in love with it. So after that, when I go to Etsy to look for a cheaper planner or, something different, because I'm always like bored with stuff like that. Like I want something different the next year. I made sure to type in black owned, black whatever when I go on Etsy. So now all the planners that I use are black owned. My stickers that I use are black owned. And I've found a couple creators that make really good stickers that I like. But most of the time I just go on there and search digital stickers, and I'll click through and I'm like, okay, this person is black, and I'll look at their stickers and then I buy and support them. And I'll end up buying from 2-3 different creators just because I want to support. And most of the stickers are like $2, $3. So it's not like I'm really like over budget or anything like that. But I just think that it is so important to do that. Makeup, like it is so hard to find makeup that works for dark skin. So why would I go in store? Let's say I go into like a Sephora. Let's say I go into like Sephora. You already go in there. You're pissed off at the brands that don't carry something that's dark enough, but you overlook the ones that do. And Jackie was just talking about this. Was it Jackie? I think it was another creator. Annie on TikTok. She was talking about this, and she's like, maybe it's time for me to retire one of her favorite foundations, because she's like, I'm always saying that I love this foundation, it is so good, but I have to make it work for my skin. And I've been saying it for years, and that's to me a big brand that should know better and should be able to put out more shades, and they don't, and that is intentional. So why not stick with something like Danessa Myricks, who came into the space and literally off the bat made products that work. Do you see my skin? Like, I don't have to mix this with anything. I don't have to do anything. It just works. I went in, I tried the darker colors, and I found a color that works for me. Fenty Beauty. Immediately when they launched, how many shades of foundation was that? So it's like, why are we sitting here arguing with brands who don't cater to us when there are brands that do, but we don't support them? It's like, make it make sense. So now I'm even more intentional. Like, I love NARS. I love Estee Lauder. Those are more of the NYX in the drugstore. But look at brands like Liss Beauty. I joked about this the other day that when my best friend did my makeup and she was expecting this to not even be dark. And when she swiped it on my face, she was like, do you see that? No, that's a contour. That's a contour made by a black person for black skin, for dark skin. So it's like, why am I sitting here crying about products that don't do this? So yeah, whenever I can, I'm trying my best to just buy and support black owned brands when I can. One place I know I need to work on too is like skincare. Like, I have Fenty skincare, but I feel like when I was thinking about it the other day, I was like, I don't even have I need more cleansers that are black owned. I know topicals have a lot of like hyperpigmentation products and stuff. So there's brands out there. Same thing with my hair. Why am I going to go buy a Pantene shampoo that dries my hair out when I can just use black owned products? And I think most of my products that I use on my hair are always black owned anyway. I think the only brand that I have in hair products that is not like black owned is Curl Smith. That's the only brand that I've tried, and I tried it when it was on sale too. And it's good. But again, I have enough Adwoa Beauty, enough Pattern Beauty, enough Briogeo, Sacred, Fenty. There's so many black owned brands for hair products. The Doe, is it the Doe? The Do? I always mess up their name. But there's so many brands. It's like, why am I gonna go out there and get something that does not work? Not gonna really do too much concealer, but I'm gonna put a little bit of Fenty just so you can see a little darkness there, just to kind of brighten up the face a little bit. Put this right there. Put this right there. I don't do too much, especially I'm not going nowhere. But number 2, I would say, is to spread the word. And this is something I'm doing more this year. Obviously, I've always reviewed products. I've been doing this, creating content now for like 5 years, going on 6. I didn't realize it was that long till I was like looking back at old content. I think I started creating content like the end of 2018. That was after I big chopped my natural hair and I was like, you know what? I want to document the rest of my hair journey. And I do wish that I started creating that content a little sooner. But I started like the end of 2018 going into 2019. And I always tell people, like, check out my content, like go into the playlist and like go all the way back, because trust me, I have reviewed so many products. I've done so many skincare routines. I've done it all. I've done try on hauls. I've done Target hauls, Black History Month hauls, Black owned brand favorite. Like, I've done a lot of videos across all my social media. So YouTube, Instagram. I didn't join TikTok till the end of 2020. And now I'm on Lemon 8 as well. And you guys know now I'm in my reading era, and I'm mostly only reading black authors. So I've shared stuff. So I don't want to say I've never done it, but I think I'm doing more of sharing other people's stuff. Started 2024 into this year, because I used to be that person on like Instagram that would obviously double tap. When Instagram started, it was all about double tap and go. I was not the person in the comments because I'm still consider myself like shy. So I don't really be in comments having a whole discussion and stuff like that, because I'm like, I don't want to come off a certain way. But when I started trying to figure out what was wrong with my content and why I wasn't growing, at the rate that I thought I would, and I went through all the frustrations of content, I realized that why I wasn't growing was because people were not engaging with my content, right? Especially on like Instagram. So I will post something, especially video form, and even though I might get 100 views on the video, nobody will say anything in the comments, no matter how good the video looks. Maybe I'll get one person with a little art eye or cute or something if it's, outfit or something. But for the most part, I don't get engagement and have discussions with people. And I quickly realized that, oh, part of why so many creators grow is because they're getting engagement, whether it's good or bad engagement. There are people saying something to them and then they talk back. So I was like, okay, I need to start doing that more with the people that I follow. So I used to leave a little emoji here and there, but now I've learned even more that I need to like have a sentence or two. Don't just put a little emoji, because when you do emoji, the system thinks you're just a robot. Like, you're not really putting anything that's, adding value or asking questions, or if you've read that book, write that you've read that book, what you liked about it, and stuff like that. So now I try to engage at a deeper level, and I also try to share things that I feel like other people should hear about. So if I'm watching somebody and they're like, for example, I know Jackie don't need me to share nothing, but if I'm watching a smaller creator like explain something and I was like, you know what, that was beneficial to me and I feel like other people should hear that take, I repost it, especially on TikTok, because it's so easy to just press repost and it will share to basically your audience and other people, and it reach other people. So that's how I'm being more intentional with sharing and writing a little bit more in the comment section, other than just saying cute, nice, emoji, smiley face. Let's do a little more than that. And this is not for my regular like subscribers, because you guys, I have my people who comment on every video that I post, but not everybody, especially like family and friends, that understand what engagement really means. Like, we're just used to watching something, and if it's funny or cute, we might share it to our stories. We might post it on our WhatsApp stories because it made us laugh or something, but don't realize like what the engagement means, if that makes sense. So that is one way. And I was saying this in my vlog as well, is that, for example, in the book space right now and supporting smaller authors, we call them indie authors. They're independent, they just write and put out their books. They don't have money and marketing behind it and stuff like that. So we're like the marketers, reading the book and leaving reviews. And that's something I started doing months ago when I started reading. I learned about Goodreads, which is Amazon owned. So it links like what I read on Kindle automatically, and I just need to go in and write a little review. And even though we have our thoughts on like Goodreads and whether it actually benefits or not, I make sure when I read a book, I go in and I write a little review and I give it a rating. But there is a Black owned book tracking system called Storygraph. So in case you've never heard of it, it is a little bit more complicated than Goodreads, but they're making their adjustments to make it better. So I'm on there and I'm trying to learn how to use it and to fill it out, just so that I can help my people. I'm supporting the Storygraph being Black owned, and then I'm supporting the authors through my review. So that is free. Like, it's not costing me any money. It's only taking you less than 5 minutes to write a little review. and to give your thoughts on a book or something. So that is one way. But what I was saying was, before I got distracted, was that I'm a romance reader right now. I'm a Black romance reader. That is what I'm considering myself right now. But that doesn't mean that if I follow a indie author that write thrillers, that does not mean I can't share their thriller book that is coming out. It is free for me to just, hey guys, here's my new book, press the reshare button, or to post it onto my stories and be like, for my thriller girlies, like, if you like thriller, check out this author, check out this book. That is free. For example, on YouTube, I post natural hair video, I post makeup, I post lifestyle, I post me decorating and organizing. So maybe you're not into makeup, but your sister likes makeup or your cousin likes makeup. It doesn't hurt to share and say, if you're looking for, ooh, I got mascara on my nose. If you're looking for Black owned makeup, check out this video that Shamoya did. She was talking about the Black owned products that she has, or she's talking about low porosity. I have high porosity, but she was talking about low porosity. And I know you've been wondering why your hair doesn't retain moisture. Here's a video where she explained it really, really well. Free. Free. Now, the person you shared it to might subscribe. Now I have another follower. Now I have somebody else who is engaging and sharing my content to somebody else, and you start an entire cycle. So that is something I'm doing more, want to do more, and I hope that you guys will do more, is just share stuff. I remember a couple years ago, this cop that I used to work with in Florida, she would share my hair videos, and she is a white woman who probably don't even know what I'm talking about. But I remember, I think she said in the beginning, one of the times she shared my videos, she was like, she had grandbabies or something that are mixed. So that, but she used to share, when I first started YouTube, she used to share my videos a lot. And I used to look at that and be like, look, she don't even, this doesn't even relate to her. I remember when a couple girls at work were shopping products I was recommending from like Mael and stuff. And I was like, a part of me, when they were asking me questions, I was like, are you sure you want to buy it and try it? And the other day, one of the girls, she posted a memory, and she was saying back when she wanted to embrace her curls, and she's a white girl. She wanted to embrace her curls, and I helped her pick products. And I'm sure she probably didn't love all of the products I recommended, but she gave it a try and she loved it. And she always like thanked me for helping her. And I remember back then I was shy to tell her what to buy because I didn't want her. I'm like, these are my thick hair products. Like, but yeah, she supported, and I didn't even have like an affiliate or anything. It was just me doing my little YouTube videos and her saying, hey, my curls, people would say, oh, my hair is so oily. What should I do? And stuff like that. And I'll tell them, hey, make sure you clarify, make sure you do this X, Y, and Z. And they appreciated that. So yeah, support sometimes is just free. And I think that was what frustrated me sometimes, when I was like, I know somebody can just share my video without it cost anything. It take 2 minutes, a minute, 2 minutes to just comment, share. People wonder why people always say that, like in their videos, like, comment, and share, because that is what allow our videos to like go a little further. So yeah, I kind of blend all of that in one because what did I say? Sharing, spreading the word. Number 3 is like what did I say? So I kind of put two in one there where I talked about sharing the word and also engaging. So those are two ways that you can support Black owned brands, Black owned companies, Black creators, Black authors, all the things. What would I say is number four? Number four is like investing, but I would say ways that you can show up to like Black events and Black businesses doing things. So you might know someone who is a business owner and they're gonna have like a pop up at a, what do I want to, at a farmer's market or something. Show up, show up and support, and also shop that brand while you're there, or maybe even just post that that is going on. So like right now there's a lot of book events going on in other states, and I really 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 wish that I could go to these events, but financially I know I can't, because I would have to fly there, I would have to get an hotel, I will have to, you know, if I was to go to a book event right now, I know I'm gonna spend over $1,000 total, both for the journey there, buying stuff there, all the things. I don't have that money right now to do it, and I hope next year I can. But let's say I have friends that live in Atlanta and there's a book event going on, or there's an author that's going to be at like a library talking, it doesn't hurt for me to share that and post it to my stories so that someone in that area can go. Like yesterday there was a book event that got announced, and it's in Columbia, South Carolina, and I know I'm not going to be there. More than likely I was literally up last night looking into it because I'm like, I really want to go. But again, financially, I know I'm using a the lip bar Black owned lip liner. I need to sharpen it though. So yeah, I'm probably not gonna go financially right now. You know, we're trying to save, we're trying to cut back, and I know everybody's kind of in that state right now where things are just, you can't really spend unnecessarily right now. So yeah, I still shared it. I still shared it to my stories. And whenever I see the authors post anything, I'm trying to share it so other people can see it. So, but if you're able to go out and support, I remember when my nail tech told me about this candle making thing, and it was literally on my vision board to hopefully do something like that, like a candle making class. And when I found out it was a Black girl doing it, that was all the motivation I needed to go. I went, what, 2 years ago? But when she said Black, that's all I heard. Say less. Say less. Even with the Bridgerton event that I went to last year, it was a Bridgerton watch party slash, you know, using the lip bar lip gloss. It just feels so good on lips. But yeah, that was another event that if it was a white event, I probably was not gonna go. Like, no. But I knew this was a Black creator that was help putting it on, and I wanted to go. I stepped out of my comfort zone and I went to this event, and I had the time, the time of my life at that event. I forgot to spray setting spray. Uh, Let me do this one. I don't want my face to be all dry. This is like a dewy skin mist. But yeah, just little things like that. So if you're able to support in that way, be sure um, to do that. And my last tip, number 5, I would say, is to help be the voice for Black owned brands, Black owned creators, Black owned companies. I have been seeing so much going on, and when I say my mental health, whew, I'm just trying to protect my peace. But there's been so much stuff online where I'm just like, why would you go out of your way to talk down on a black owned brand, a black author, black authors in general, black owned businesses in general, when you should be either uplifting or just stay quiet? Because I feel like people just say things just to say things, and people go out of their way. Like, we have enough bashing already where we don't need more our own people speaking negatively about fellow black people. Because I'm not saying you're gonna like everything out there. I'm not saying you're gonna like the author, not the authors, but like the, let's say Beyonce. Not everybody's gonna love Beyonce. Whatever you guys' reasons are, that's none of my business. Not everybody's gonna like Kendrick Lamar. Not everybody's gonna like Rihanna, whatever the case may be. But that does not mean you have to go out of your way to just go online and trash talk them. Like, I grew up where they tell you if you have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. And people need to do that more. Because when you go online and generalize and put everybody out there just to make yourself look good. For example, I noticed that in the book space a lot is like, people will read whatever they want to read, barely read black books. And then when they finally read a black book, they come online, they're like, you guys said this book was so good, but I don't see what the hype is about. If you don't like it, you don't like it. It's not your style of reading, but you don't have to come online and bash and bash and bash. And it's like every day it's a new story. And I'm like, why? It's like, why? Keep your opinion to yourself, or you can critique something without deliberately being mean. Like, we already have a stereotype on what we wear, what we look like, how we act. So the last thing we need is someone who is black coming online and saying X, Y, and Z, when all we have to do is either uplift or stay out of the way. So yeah, those are my 5 ways that I feel like we can support and uplift black owned brands. Again, buy black when you can, share black creators when you can, clothes. And one more thing. Speaking of clothes, I had to touch on this. I saw it on TikTok where this creator that I love, she was saying that there was a lot of discourse around this brand launching some loungewear, and the price was like 90 something for the jacket, and the pants was like $100. And she said that there was a lot of talk about the pricing and all this stuff. And I find that whenever a black person is coming out with a brand or a product, there's always, and it's always our own people, but there's always talk about the quality and the price. But at the same time, you have no problem going into a Nike store and buying a $150 pants. And she literally said that. She mentioned Lululemon as well. 2020, 2021, everybody was buying Lululemon. And I remember when I looked up that price and I was like, $100 and $120 for some pants. But then you'll complain, you will buy that pants and then complain because the black owned brand is $80. We have no problem, not we, because I've never bought anything from Skims, but we have no problem giving Skims our money where their stuff was made in China as well, but then complain when a black owned brand has a $40 pants. Same thing when like Jackie came out with her fragrances. Before people even tried the fragrance, there was so much conversation around the way the bottle looks and how much it was, which Jackie's perfumes are under $100. Well, we have no problem going to Sephora and buying a $170 perfume. No problem. So it's like, if I don't have the money right now to buy something, I know it's okay. Like, I still haven't bought a full size of Jackie's perfume because financially I knew I didn't need it right away. I bought the travel size and I've been using those. But there's no reason for me to complain. It's either I can afford it or I can't. But to turn on my camera before I even try it or know how much it costs and just start bashing that she's coming out with a perfume is like, I'm just like questioning, do some of us actually like ourselves or like being black or like, it's like, I'm confused at some of the conversations that are happening online because it's like, why? 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 But anyways, those are my thoughts. I'm gonna continue to share things that I buy when I can. For example, I found a couple new black owned jewelry companies during this Black History Month, and I saved their page. I haven't bought anything, but when I do, you guys will hear about it. But if you want the website, let me know and I'll share it. But I will continue to do my part in highlighting all things black, blackity black, black, black. So yeah. All right, let me change into a different sweatshirt, finish up my hair because I got to film something for my hair real quick, and then I will close this video out. All right, y'all, that is it for my little get ready with me. Hope you guys enjoyed this little chit chat video. This is how the hair turned out. I did a little curl with my new favorite curler from the TikTok shop. Did a little face, little lip, and that's it. Now I'm ready to go shoot some other content. This shirt, Blackity Black, is from #Bray. I will link it down below. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's try to be more intentional for the rest of the year, not just Black History Month, but in general. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, give your girl a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.